The weekend release that many people were looking forward to was the Vidyut Jammwal starrer Khuda Haafiz that released on Disney Plus Hotstar on the 14th of August. The film focuses on a newly married couple that gets adversely affected due to the 2008 economic recession. Due to the occurrence of constant layoffs, businesses slowing down and industries crashing, both of them have to seek for employment opportunities in a foreign land. Presumably, oil-dependent countries in the Middle East seem to be unaffected by the recession and seems like the safest option for the couple currently. Unforeseen circumstances leads to the wife Nargis, played by Shivaleeka, to make the trip first, but a nightmare phone call of a possible abduction leads to Samir, played by Vidyut Jammwal, to enter a foreign, unknown fictional land by the name of Noman to find his wife. The involvement of the police force, Indian embassy, and intelligence agencies, and the revelations of a human trafficking ring as Samir commences on the journey to find his wife is the premise of Khuda Haafiz. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the film in no particular order so that you guys can ultimately decide whether this movie is worth it on Disney Plus Hotstar or not. The final edit. The film is 2 hours and 13 minutes long, and you will definitely feel that for the movie's intended impact to be far greater, the makers could have easily chopped off close to 20 minutes of the film so that it could have been a way more slick action-adventure film. The music of this film is phenomenal, still unrecognized by the masses, but the placement of some of the songs, especially Mera Intezar Karna, which goes into the visuals of flashbacks while we are in the thick of things, slows down the development of the storyline. Especially the involvement of the intelligence agency and the several roadblocks they face regarding miscommunication with Samir lends to the movie stretching a tad bit too long. Focus narrative. What I absolutely loved about this film, especially in contrast to other commercial action-adventure films in Bollywood, is that its focus remains on the storyline. The film does not dwell into comedic characters, unnecessary subplots that lend nothing to the development of the storyline, and its focus after the occurrence of the 2008 recession and the dreaded phone call solely focuses on retrieving Nargis. The praiseworthy aspect also about the film is that it takes into consideration individuals functioning in international soil, where in other films you see Indians carrying out rescue missions with no political or diplomatic ramifications. The film presents the several channels a common man would have to deal with if partaking on a mission in an unknown land. The other aspect that I loved was that the film is extremely time specific. It's set around 2008 with just the introduction of technology with its limitations. So it showcases the hero with notepads for contacts, local help for locations, and telephone directories for pin codes. This lends the journey to be much more grounded in reality. Technical details. Okay, so this feature is for all the geeks out there. There is a phenomenal action sequence that is set in a corridor as hordes of people surround the couple during an attempt to rescue her, where the sequence has been shot brilliantly and actually showcases the uncomfortability of the hero, who is not a trained fighter, flailing his arms as he only sees red in front of him. The CG blood splatter that is used in the sequence is extremely jarring. Movies before the advent of technology would use squibs underneath the costumes of actors. They would be basically mini bombs that would burst as gunshots or knife hits would take place. This, despite its animated visual appeal, would lend some authenticity. In this movie, you will clearly see computer-generated blood being used in the sequence, often even misdirected to the blows, which provides a very unnatural visual appeal to the action scene. This, from a creator standpoint, is less work as everything can be computer-generated and there's less cleanup on set. But if you ever see films like Machete or The Expendables, the overuse of CG blood splatter in action sequences lends a very unreal visual treatment. If you have seen any Quentin Tarantino movie, you would know he is completely against CG blood in action scenes. That's why his action scenes look so badass. Set design and music. Khuda Haafiz is primarily set in Uzbekistan, and the set design is absolutely beautiful. Even though some of the Persian carpets and hookahs placed everywhere can be on the nose, the film is visually a treat to watch. The standout quality of the film a lot of people are not talking about is the beautiful music composed by Mithun and Saeed Qadri. The film has such melodic tunes that are definitely not getting their deserved attention. I would highly recommend after you watch the movie to check out the music album of the film. Trust me, you won't regret it. Jaan Ban Gaye is definitely my favorite that will tug at your heartstrings. The Arabic accent. As the movie is set in the Middle East, it showcases most of the supporting cast that are Indian actors performing an Arabic accent. The performances of most of the cast are convincing, but Ahana Kumra's accent definitely stands out like a sore thumb. Her performance and body language as an intelligence agent are commendable, but the enunciation of each consonant to convince us that she is from the fictional country of Noman was uncomfortable in moments. Annu Kapoor and Shiv Pandit, still in contrast, presented a very subdued accent and were convincing. Vidyut sheds the action hero trope and the supporting cast. The supporting cast of the film have done a commendable job. Shiv Pandit plays the role of Faiz Abu Malik, an intelligence officer from Noman, doubtful of the intentions of Samir. He has an intimidating yet confident demeanor in front of camera. Nawab Shah's Izdik showcases the alpha brute strength required for the role. Annu Kapoor acts as the aide to Jammwal, a camaraderie that can never be broken. Annu Kapoor, one of the most talented actors we have in the country, blends seamlessly in the world of Noman. I became a fan of Shivaleeka Oberoi since Ye Sali Aashiki. She fooled me with her expressive eyes and innocence in her first film. You know if you know. But she lends a warmth and delicacy to Nargis and Khuda Haafiz that makes the relationship between her and Samir even more sacred. She is one of the bright stars of the current generation that deserves so much work. Usually movies cater to Vidyut Jammwal, the action hero. Commando and Jungli are examples of precisely that. What's brilliant about Khuda Haafiz is that the movie caters to the storyline and Jammwal just acts as a vessel, as any actor should do. I was surprised and taken aback by the emotional moments showcased by Jammwal in this film, be it him in the Indian embassy pleading for his wife's whereabouts or being thankful to Annu Kapoor for lending his support. Jammwal is not only convincing but definitely puts forth his career's best performance. Awkward while holding a gun, getting bashed up by much more capable antagonists, almost to the pulp. The fear in his eyes to even engage in contact, there is no hero worship in this film, which was a breath of fresh air regarding any Vidyut Jammwal film. The comparison from a plot standpoint is inevitable with Baghi 3, finding a loved one in an unknown land only for a deep dark secret to be unraveled. Khuda Haafiz, however, is a far superior product, by miles actually, as it provides a realistic approach to an action-adventure film. A shirtless tiger creating havoc and annihilating a terrorist organization is one thing, and fantasy in its entirety. But Khuda Haafiz lends a very human approach to the journey of perseverance. A film that of course has many flaws, but is much more superior than the overrated commercial action-adventure films we have celebrated in theaters. This is definitely worth a try. And that was a video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the movie. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.